Hey guys, welcome back to the weekly watch list where we go over our levels we're looking at and earnings and news for the week. Jumping right into earnings first off, we're going to be looking at quite a few earnings reports here. Nothing really too significant with regards to what we do. We don't have anything really in the tech sector here that's going to be playing a significant effect to what we do. Some people might say Spotify, something to kind of be aware of. Shopify as well. But I'm probably going to be sticking away from this because you'll see in this week's watch list we have quite a few pretty A-plus setups this week, if I say so myself. So, quick earnings report. Let's go into the news real quick. Get this throughout. We're going to look at, it's going to be Bank Holiday Monday, so guys with cash accounts, smaller accounts especially, on cash accounts, you're going to have to worry about their buying power here coming into Monday and be very aware of this. Just be conscientious that, you're going to have to be aware of your buying power and be making sure that, whatever you have left from Friday is what you're going to have as a remainder. So going into Tuesday here, we don't have a whole lot. 10 a.m. FOMC member speaks. RCPM tip economic optimism. 10:15 we got FOMC member Barkin speaks. And then 2 p.m. we got FOMC member Kashari speaks. So nothing huge. This is FOMC week, so just to be aware of that. A week to potentially size down, depending on the kind of market sentiment we get, like we get chop or what have you. So looking at 9:45 in the morning, we got FOMC member Logan speaks. Nothing really too significant after that. Thursday, we have at 7 a.m. FOMC member Kugler. And then 8:30 we have core PPI unemployment claims. 9 a.m. FOMC member Barkin. 10:30 natural gas, and then at 11 USD crude oil inventories. So it's going to be a pretty slammed Thursday. So it's definitely a day to for sure size down, probably even a half instead of just going down a quarter from your standard sizing. Definitely a day to definitely size down a little bit, take off a little bit of the risk off that table there. Going into Friday here. Nothing crazy here. Pretty light Friday on the news. We got core retail sales and retail sales. Empire State Manufacturing and import prices at 8:30. Again, 9:15 is going to be capacity utilization rate and industrial production Okay, and then we also have business inventories at 10 a.m. So pretty light week, relatively speaking. It is an FOMC week, so to speak. And we just need to be aware of that. This is a week to identify chop in the market very early in the day, each day, and not stay around too long if that is a very present variable, for sure. So I'm going to go break it down here on the markets, look at levels here. We are going into just some pretty crazy new highs, obviously with the huge election and Trump's victory. And kind of just seeing the rallying here. We've seen this across the market, especially in Tesla, obviously with Elon's chair and him becoming the new richest man. So, we're seeing a lot of rallying here because I would say of the election. This is a news-based rally, more so than anything. So only levels here. I don't really have anything super crazy. It's just going to kind of be like high touches and what have you. I mean, we're in new uncharted territory. So what we're going to be looking at, just some, news. There's a psych level there, 6,050. We almost rose 50 points last week. Not 50 points last week. It was approximately 30, I believe. So 30 points on the ES on futures. So it's a very, very possible likelihood that we surpass this week as well through the high. And just keep kind of seeing this forward momentum as long as, there's a lot of positive news going to, forward with the Trump victory. So that's going to be 6,000. 38.25, and then 6,040, 50, and then 6,050 on ES. Okay, NQ is going to be, we're going to be looking at a very similar structure here. Obviously, nothing crazy. You can kind of just see here we're going into highs. Nothing really too significant. Structure-wise, I can really identify. So I'm going to say 21,320 is going to be the obviously recent high is going to be the level. 21,307, 50, 21,263.25 as well. And then I have some trends mapped out here as well. I believe it was on ES. Yeah, ES, we got some interesting trend developments here, all showcasing sentiment to the upside with zero downside, really likelihood or desire from the masses and the mass psychology. So going to be a pretty dense watch list. I'm just kind of trying to get them through this week. go through them as quickly as possible, but cover them as best as I can. So what we're going to be looking at, obviously, we're looking at new recent highs here. This is some insane momentum, obviously, with Elon's election. This is going to be my A+ setup off Monday. NVIDIA looks good, but NVIDIA is going to actually have, not my top pick due to the fact that it's not old NVIDIA, it's new NVIDIA. And if any of you have traded and you do what we do with morning breakout structured trades, you're going to know that it's had a lot of rejections recently, and it just doesn't showcase kind of the continuation, or it doesn't have follow through as it should, where in a position that it would or should, like it used to, or any actual general market structure. It's just not been following structure too well. Where a breakout should occur, it just rejects a lot often, especially the first or second try. So I've been personally staying away from it, or I'll wait to a second or third retest. So Tesla is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be my topic. Like I said, I'm looking at the all-time high, 328.71, and then I'm looking at the 330 level here as the core psychological breakout level. Now, given what this has done in the recent days, especially Friday and Thursday with the crazy moves, as well as the previous Friday and Thursday, you can just see this here is insane. And, one day and a 15-minute, this is an hour time span right here, opening at, 290 and breaking all the way straight through here. And this is a 25-minute, an hour and 15-minute span up to 320. So that's insane. I'm going to give this some room, really. I really kind of have to. It just doesn't make sense to sell this at a quick dollar break and just kind of see that kind of strength we get. I mean, we saw one of the cleanest breaks we've seen in some time here on Tesla here on Friday. That this 1 minute candle here literally cracked in 1 second and then just hovered there for a little bit. And then we had continuation there into further levels, of course. So going to be my number one pick without question coming into the new week here, Monday. My next pick is going to be NVIDIA, as I just talked about. It's going to be one of my second pick, essentially, just because of it being NVIDIA's rejections. It's been giving us a lot late. Don't like this at all until 150, personally. I just don't see any kind of, levels before that I really like. I mean, there's some people that might like these highs here at 148 maybe for an early, but I'm just not even close to interested on that at that point. It's just too early, and, you're taking a lot of risk given it's not really the cleanest company lately. So going into the next setup, it's going to be Netflix's all-time highs here. Pretty crazy that Netflix is at 800. Actually, hard to believe, really, that we're talking about 800 on Netflix, right? I remember when this share was 200, 300, we were trading, and it's crazy. It was only a few years ago. So what we're looking at on Netflix is going to be the actual 800 level here, right? I mean, I really like this, and even though it's Netflix and it's got some seriously poor spreads and volume, I really might honestly have this over NVIDIA because it has those weird moving candles, obviously, that don't tie into the market, but it's got that just crazy breakouts, and it almost seems, it's hard to say, better breakouts and higher probability of actually occurring than having a rejection than NVIDIA's has lately, and that's hard to say. So going to be right there with NVIDIA after Tesla, but I may just be one and done tomorrow. This is really looking like a one and done day for me, which are my favorite, close to open. So going to be the next one. Meta is going to be the next setup we're looking at here at 595. 585 was quite an overexhausted level. We had a lot of density in there. You can just see on the volume density chart here on our volume profile that it was pretty overexhausted, 585. There's a lot of rejections. Clean break, though. I mean, really clean break here Thursday. Pretty sexy trade, not going to lie. But 595 is coming to a lower density area that I really do like. And, I got pretty good room on this. 597.50 as a psych level. We even have over here points, 598.25. So there's actually quite a bit of room on this, and I'm probably going to let this one run a little bit. Med's going on a bit of a running streak, especially with the new Trump election victory. So, something to be aware of with that is let some runners half, maybe even only take a quarter off the original initial break, and really give it some room here to breathe and live, right? Keep that risk to reward in check in your system. Microsoft's going to be my last setup here. It's going to be for my main watch list. The side setups we have in stock hours. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check that out in our chat. But these are going to be the top picks we have here this week. So it's going to be Microsoft at 427. Now, this looks really good, honestly. Even though it's at the lowest of my main watches, it doesn't really discount its validity and its quality here. I really do like the structure setup here, but one of my contingencies to this trade is I need it to be close to open more so, not too far in the day where that volume starts to lose itself. And I'm kind of not really looking for a huge amount out of this. It's not the craziest setup. It is still good, but I'm only going to be looking for basic pivot rejection points like here would be 428.24, so probably target like 428's break and be out of these, right? I'm not looking for nothing nuts on this. It's just not one of those stocks I like to hold for an incredibly long time, even though it is a slower mover a lot of days. I'm just not going to be looking to be in that long. It's not an insane setup. It's just a basic 1 hour flat top, right? So, and it's not even the cleanest flat top, but it's still a good setup to make mentioning. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the watch list for this week. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know any videos you want me to make further. Make these every week. So come back next Sunday. You'll see this. Times vary a little bit because of my schedule, but I always try to put these up for you guys. I mean, just look at my history, my track record on my stories. If you follow me, you'll see that these consistently put out time and time again, consistently winning trades. I mean, if you just take one of these trades like Tesla tomorrow, you show up and take take a position with my sizing, or not my sizing, but rather that setup and the way I get in, and what I would trade on a stop with that, on a target. It's just so hard to not make money with this so easily. So, I mean, it's up to you guys, but I mean, you're just leaving free money on the table, in my opinion, at the end of the day, if you don't listen to some of these watch lists. I mean, really, it's crazy. So anyways, appreciate the views, guys. Appreciate the time you invested in watching this video. And like I said, always just DM me if you got any questions or want some trading advice. Appreciate it, guys. All right, have a great week, and let's kill it as always.